Teamed up with a professor from the USC Marshall School of Medicine, Dr. Mark Young, and we for the first time studied celebrity. You guys have an industry built around speculating what celebrity is built on, who they are, why they can't have relationships. We were actually able to take over 200 celebrities and do a personality inventory and study exactly what it is that makes somebody a celebrity, what makes them want to be a celebrity, why their relationships don't work out, why they use a lot of drugs and alcohol, for instance.
It's pretty fascinating, Dr. Drew, and I got to tell you, we've talked about narcissistic celebrities, and somebody who pops into a lot of people's minds, Paris Hilton. Many say the world just seems to revolve around Paris. Now, we're not asking you to diagnose Paris, but what are some of the most common traits of celebrities who are just totally obsessed with themselves?
Well, it's not, it becomes a self-preoccupation, but the characteristic of narcissism is sort of two features. And really not talking about a large ego, we're actually talking about a very profoundly negative self-concept, and then they have to build a pseudo-self on top of that to make themselves feel better, and that pseudo-self has to be fed by an audience. So it's in fact actually a very small ego underneath all that. What makes people be obsessed like that often is a neglect in childhood, abuse in childhood, drugs and alcohol in the family system that leaves them with a sense of emptiness and even sometimes shame about themselves, a sense that feelings don't matter. And guess what? When your own feelings don't matter, other people's feelings don't matter either. They tend to have difficulty in closeness, chaos in relationships, and tend to get their needs met by things like audiences and have to need to be a celebrity. That need is profound in some of them. And the fact is, being a celebrity is, of course, people want to be a celebrity because it's better. It's not the scrutiny of being a celebrity that makes their lives difficult. It's the pathology that they bring that makes them need to be a celebrity that makes it so difficult for them to have relationships. And also the possibility of losing.
Well, let's talk about the relationships, Dr. Drew. I don't want to interrupt you, but narcissism and the role it plays in celebrity relationships. For example, Jessica Simpson, Nick Lachey, they say it was all the media attention that caused their breakup. Now, I'm not specifically talking about these two, but isn't it ironic that celebrities who many times crave that attention turn around and blame it on what causes the failure of their relationships? Can they not coexist?
You're absolutely right. And based on the study we just did, again, it's the first ever scientific study on a group of celebrities. Based on this study, no matter how long you've been a celebrity, it doesn't make you more narcissistic. You come with that to your celebrity status. And naturally enough, being close then is difficult. Being in a relationship is difficult. And being scrutinized can kind of expose you a little bit, but in fact doesn't add to the stress of being in a relationship. The stress of being in a relationship when you're a narcissist is the nurturing and attention that a relationship needs that you can't give it because you're too busy focusing on your career, your needs, maintaining your celebrity status, so you can't give a relationship the stability and nurturance it needs. And then it's easy to then turn around and say, hey, they did it to me.
Well, talking about exposure, Tom Cruise jumping on Oprah's couch to profess his love for girlfriend Katie Holmes. Does narcissism in general, can it play a role in behavior like that?
Well, I wouldn't so much blame the behavior, but the sense of idealizing another person is a characteristic of people with these kinds of personality styles. The need for somebody to be perfect on their behalf. The problem with needing somebody to be perfect is nobody can be perfect, and they eventually disappoint you, and you go from making that person perfect to de-idealizing them and knocking them down. And that's, again, why some of their relationships tend to fail. They go from, it's the greatest thing ever, you're the perfect thing ever, and then it's, oh my God, I can't speak to you anymore.